Let us see few pictures of the examples of flower. This is a flower called Clitoria, which shows butterfly-like flower. Now this big petal is the standard petal, which encloses the two smaller wing petals. And inside the wing petals are the two keel petals. So this shows vexillary estivation. Now this flower is bilaterally symmetrical, so the flower is called as zygomorphic flower. These two pictures are of papaya plant. The lower one is the male flower which is produced on the male plant, and this upper one is the female flower produced by the female plant. So in papaya you get dioecious condition, that is you get a male plant producing male flowers and another plant will be the female plant producing only female flowers. So this is male plant producing male flowers. This is female plant producing female flowers, which later on develop into fruits. This is another example of dioecious plants, and the plant is female plant of date palm, which is showing many fruits. So this is another date palm female plant producing fruits. Now these are the male flowers produced by the male plant of date palm. This is also date palm male plant. Now this is maize plant. All of you must have seen this maize cob, and it is an example of monoecious plant. Now here on the lower side the cobs are produced, which represents the female inflorescence. This is the male inflorescence having male flowers, which is produced at the tip of the plant. So in this picture we can see both male flowers at the tip and female flowers or the female inflorescence which is in the axil of leaf. So monoecious plant producing both male and female flowers on the same plant. Now this is LS of sunflower. Actually sunflower is an inflorescence made up of group of many small flowers which are called as florets. The florets are of two types, disc florets and ray florets. Now in this picture we can see these small are the disc florets with something in black. Now this black indicates the syngenesious anthers. Now we have learnt that if the anthers of all the stamens they are fused together and the filaments are free, then the condition is called as syngeny. So these disc florets they show syngenesious stamens. Now the yellow part which is at the rim, they are the ray florets which are present at the periphery. Now here we can see both disc floret and ray floret. Now this disc floret is having all the four whorls of a flower, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. That is, it is a complete and bisexual flower. But the ray floret is having calyx and corolla, but it is without androecium and without gynoecium. So it is called as a neuter flower without any of the reproductive whorls. Now this is example of a bitter gourd which shows inferior ovary. The ovary, the green part, is now developed into a fruit, and you can see the green sepals which are above the ovary, and the yellow petals, they are also above the ovary. So the ovary is inferior and the flower is called as epigynous flower. Epi is above, the other whorls are above gynoecium. This is a flower of guava. Now here you can see the white petals are present and many white stamens are present. So you get many stamens which are free from each other. So you get polyandrous condition in this. There is, okay, this is hibiscus flower. At the tip you can see 5 red velvety structures which are the stigmas, and the yellow structures are the anthers, and these are monothecous anthers. You can observe kidney shaped anther, and it is monothecous because it has only one anther lobe. The filament part, which is red in color, all the filaments, they are fused together to form one tube which is called staminal tube. And as there is a single tube formed, single bundle formed by fusion of all the filaments, we call this monoadelphy or monoadelphous condition. This is rose with many free stamens, polyandrous condition. Now here we can see in the center are many carpels which are free from each other. Each carpel has a stigma at the tip, style and basal green color ovary. You can observe many free ovaries here. So we get polycarpellary apocarpous condition. Many carpels which are free from each other. Now here are the white colored filaments with anther lobes at the tip. So there are many free stamens also. There is one white petal which is seen, and below that one green sepal is seen. Now if you observe all the 4 whorls, they are more or less in one level. So this is example of perigynous flower, which shows ovary half superior, half inferior. That is, it is not inferior and not exactly superior also. So half superior or half inferior, and the flower is called perigynous flower. So this is another example of perigynous flower. Here you can see the basal green part is the ovary and the white stamens with yellow anther lobes, and you can see the white petals. Now these stamens and petals and the small green sepals, they arise neither from top of the ovary nor from base of the ovary. So this is the condition which is called half superior or half inferior, and the flower is perigynous. Now this is example of epigynous flower. Epi is above, all the other whorls are above gynoecium. Gynoecium, that is the ovary, here is the green part with white ovules inside it, and you can see the stamens and the yellow structure. It is arising from above the ovary. So ovary is inferior and flower is called as epigynous flower. This is another example of epigynous flower of guava. Now you can see the fruit has been developed and the reddish structure, pinkish structure are the 5 sepals. So sepals, they are arising from the top of the ovary, top of this fruit. It will also have the brown colored central part, that is the many free stamens are there. So this is also the part of sepals at the top.